What's good, people? I'm GALANACCI the Creator, a Manila-born, Cardiff-trained and London-raised artist, designer, creator, and I am the founder of GALANACCI, a luxury human-wear brand, inspiring you to realize your full potential. And well, it is, man, I already forgot, man. It's Saturday, 30th. Apparently it's the 30th, bro. Oh no, it's only Friday. Why did I think it was Saturday? Anyways, we'll chop that off. What did we do this week? We're just updating the documentary vlog. This week was somewhat productive, actually. So I had to do like some sorting out, some admin work. Since I've been working on GALANACCI since 2021, but I've started working on GALANACCI full time since towards like autumn of 2023, so around like September. Yeah, September time. And then during that period, obviously I have this body of work that it's just sitting on my iPad, on my laptop, and I needed to organize them. So I grabbed all the graphics that I've created over the past 3 years, and just compiled them into one document. And what I realized is I have like over 100 graphics, 100 plus graphics. They're designed, yet to be developed, or even developed further. Why do I keep looking there? I should be looking here. But yeah, sometimes you just gotta sit down and see how much work you've actually done. I mean, 100 graphic designs over a period of 3 years is very doable. Like, you can do that. You just gotta be consistent with it. I definitely need to 10x my output. I could definitely do 100 designs in a matter of a couple of months. But now that I have my groove on, I'll know how to approach it. And also, I also created patterns. All luxury brands have a signature pattern, a signature motif. And what I see in the game, right, in the fashion game, or just streetwear, just all of that, it's all played out, like all them established brands like LV, Gucci, Fendi, whatever. They have their iconic patterns, and all that people do is copy them and imitate, and then put their own little spin on it. But you can clearly see that it was like a bootleg of an LV or a Gucci. And don't get me wrong, I've done some to begin with, right? But then over time, you're gonna be like, why don't I just build my own, And that's what I did this week. I keep looking there, man. It's because I got the nice view of the sky. Anyways, but yeah, man, like I said, there's no innovation in imitation. If you're gonna keep imitating, there's no innovation in there. So it's to a certain degree, it's good to imitate at the beginning to keep you kind of like rolling. But then once you're past that stage, it's time for you to develop your own patterns, your own designs, your own design language, your own branding. Because man, you're just gonna basically, if you don't, you look like a bootleg of whatever's out there already, and you don't want. Why do you want to be a copy and paste of what's already out there? Like, you're you, like you. In the sense, you're unique. So why the hell would you want to look like what's already out there? But that's just my opinion on it. And yeah, I can actually show you some bits I did. Oh, it's right here, man. If I can just, sheesh, grab this thing. So yeah, this is maybe a couple that I liked. Don't know if this, sorry. So this was a play on the LV monograms, not monogram, but like the gridded design. And I like boxing, right? And Galanacci is inspired by boxing, so I had these illustrations that I made. I don't know if you can even see that, of these fighters, these iconic fights, and I put them in there. And then, you know, pioneers of greatness, and then the quadruple G's motifs, but this one is in the squared layout. But yeah, it's dope. And this is the quadruple G's, but in this, depending on where you look, it's either a circle or it's a square, and there's some diamonds in there. So that's dope. It's pretty much like an optical illusion. And then I have yet to name this. It's a variation of the Keys to Greatness emblem with a single G on it, and it's spread out all over the page. But this was more of a just playing around, playful design. But yeah, I think that it's cold. It's dope. And then, this one is crazy. So it's the silhouette of the Keys to Greatness emblem, and it's rotating in a angle. There's 8 of them in each circle. And yeah, man, it's trippy that you got the circles that you could see in the negative space, and then obviously the positive space. Actually that's the other way around. Positive space, you got the circles. The negative space is the silhouette of the K2G emblem. See, things like this, man, you need to play around, because why do the same shit as everyone else, man? But yeah, that's one of the stuff I did for Galanacci this week. And yeah, sorting out content schedule, man. So currently I have my sister, so shout out to my sister. She's helping me post the snippets and whatnot throughout all the social media platforms. So last week she was handling all of that. Oh no, this week, sorry, she was handling all that, and it just helps. It frees so much of my time. That's why I was able to I have 50 more of these patterns, you know, that I played around, and it just basically gives you more. It gives me extra 1 or 2 hours each day, because man, handling social media takes long, you know. Even the editing side of it, I thought it took 1 or 2 hours, but when I actually looked at the, what do you call it, the screen time, and then you see the individual apps, right? I was looking at the editing app that I was using, and it was 3 hours. So I was like, oh shit, okay, takes quite a bit of my time. But it is what it is, man. It's part of the game. But yeah, what I was trying to do this week is build a sustainable strategy, a content marketing, content schedule, and strategy. I'm just rambling. But it's all these bloody jargons, man. Marketing, content, man. I don't give a fuck about that, man. It's just, I have these value, right? The Diaries snippets, and then I'm also adding a new layer. I wanted to introduce more of the boxing side, you know, obviously it's inspired by the spirit of boxing, so I wanted to bring that more at the forefront. So I'm gonna I added this new layer. I was playing around with it this week. I haven't posted anything about it, but we'll start posting it for April 1st, and it will be like a weekly thing. But yeah, I'm excited for that one. It looks like a movie, you know, but you lot will see. Sorted. Okay, streamline the brand definition. Oh yeah, also there's this big thing about, obviously when I'm starting this brand, it's big on certain nuisance, like what's human wear, what's pioneering, what's self-discovery, what's greatness, because these are the things that, especially human wear, like I coined that a year ago, whatnot, so it's still something new, so people won't understand what that is from the back, so I have to explain what it is. And same with the purpose of the brand, like what's pioneers of greatness, like it's those things. So I streamlined sort of the description, what I see the brand is in layman's terms, so it's even that word, I don't think most people use that, basically in simple English, because you want to be able to share knowledge, and the way to share knowledge is to simplify the concepts that you're working with, so other people can understand what you're dealing with or what you're doing, especially. So the definition I gave for GALANACCI is, like I mentioned in the beginning of the episode, a luxury humanware brand inspiring you to realize your full potential. So realize, that's the self-discovery part. You're going on a journey, a self-discovery, like an introspection journey, knowing more about you in a deeper sense. And then to realize your potential, that's greatness. That's you going towards greatness. So I think that simplifies my previous definition, which was a luxury humanware brand pioneering self-discovery and greatness. I will still have that as like a sub description. So you have like the simplified and then the sub whatnot. But yeah, gotta think about those things, man. And yeah, this week yesterday I was creating mockups. Like, it's very important to create mockups, right? Because when you start working with manufacturers, I have yet to work with manufacturers, and having a mockup so that they can see, I'm talking about like a digital, like a photoshopped image of what the design will look like close to real life, you know. And I was working on a core hoodie which was inspired by one of the looks that I did in the 365 series, and it's just one of them things. It's a way for me to develop the designed looks that I did previously last year, and then bringing them a step closer to life, you know. So if I could show you, I had this sketch, right? And then I did a mock-up on Procreate. Most of the details are there. You got like some embroidery on the left and right chest, but then I removed those stitching. Like, there's no need to have a stitching there. And yeah, it's just one of those things, like, it's also part of the design development, because then you actually have to think how the garment will be constructed when you're creating these mock-ups. Well, at least I do. So there was no point for me to be putting like a random stitch on the, like, here as shown on the design. Like, there's no need. Why do I need to have? Because yes, I have an architectural background, so if I'm just adding things there for aesthetic purposes, like, bro, like that's not it, man. It has to be purposeful. If I'm putting a line, a stitching here, there has to be a purpose for that, and the purpose cannot be just purely aesthetic. And that's just one of my design philosophies, really, with Galanacci, or with anything really outside of Galanacci. It's just design overall. Okay, but yeah, you know, I need to turn those sketches into reality, man. I have 365 of those, even more actually, because before I started that, I already had some sketches, and then I did some after also. So I need to turn those into reality. And the good thing about it is I don't need to design now, because I already have that body of work that I created last year. So all I have to do is develop them. Genius, you get me? And that wraps up the segment of what we did this week. We'll move on to some of the thoughts I was thinking this week, and it's about to get deep, you know. One of them was the thought of not being able to reap what you sow, and that the seeds you plant now are not for you to enjoy, but for the next generation to make use of. So that's one of them things that I was thinking, and I'm like, damn, like imagine if I lay down the foundation, right, for luxury human wear, for that specific kind of gap in the market that I saw, and then for me not to enjoy or even reap the benefits of developing that category within the luxury space. I think that'll be a bit peak, you know, because I'm trying to make generational wealth, man. I'm trying to sort out my family now and my future family, man. I ain't trying to like not do that, you know. So that's one of the things I was like, I can't let that happen. And then that's just like part of it, you know, is when you're betting on yourself, it's 50-50. You can either win or you can either lose. And when I lose, it's like you don't achieve what you intended to in the beginning, or what you set yourself to achieve. And because obviously, like I said in the previous episode, humans, we at least for me, I tend to aim hella high, like bang on past the sky. That's a bar right there. And if I don't reach that in my lifetime, then it's a bit peak. But then on the other end of that, if I then empower the next generation and inspire them to take what I've done into the next level, then that's the job done too. And anything else is extra. But yeah, man, I'm trying to, because money is a big thing, you get me, man. I want to sort my whole family now, and then sort my future family and generations after, you know. And with that being said, I also realized there's a lot of work to be done. Like, if I plan to achieve all the things that I have in my mind and what I've been voicing out, then there's a whole bunch of shitload of work to be done, man. Like, this ain't you can't do this shit overnight. You can't do it within a year. We're talking decades, man. It's a life's work. And like I said, I've been always searching for my purpose, and now that I know what it is, I'm fine with it taking decades to achieve. And I'm cool with the hard work, because that comes with it, man. Just like in boxing, they train 8 to 12 weeks, right, for a 30-minute long fight. Imagine you're beating yourself in the gym day in, day out for a solid 12, or even maybe even the elite level, they might even more overtrain and do more than 12 weeks, but just so that you can perform for that 30 minutes at your highest level. And that goes the same with building a brand. You want to perform at your best, and to do that you have to work in decades in your craft. So that person that buys a piece, in that one piece that they buy, your decades of work would have been put into that, you know. And that's what I'm doing with GALANACCI, and then my works outside of GALANACCI. But then I kind of I don't have a line between them. I kind of blur the lines. So whatever I do outside of GALANACCI, it seems to be all in one anyways. Like, there's no clear boundaries in real life. Just like, even if you look at nature, there is no clear boundaries between the sky, the land, the sea, and then the nature. They're all interconnected, and that's how I see my craft outside and inside of GALANACCI. And even the interests, you know, I combine them, and that's how you make something unique. And oh yeah, there's also a lot of work to be done to become and transform into the person that I need to be. And that's just how it is, you know. And then with that, obviously there'll be battles in your own mind that I don't speak of. I'm just talking in general, man. Like, anything you do that is hard, there are going to be certain bits mentally where you won't talk about it because you just want to face it yourself, you know. So the quiet battles that you kind of confront. And it goes the same with building a brand, man. There'll be certain aspects that I won't share because I'm not ready yet. But there are also aspects that I'm cool with sharing because that's just part of the journey, and I'm cool with sharing it. But yeah, man, at the end of the day, we'll overcome whatever it is, because that's just how it is in life, innit? It just all kind of works out at the end. And at least that's how I perceived any hardships that I've gone through and will go through in the future. And yeah, we'll wrap it up there, man. It's getting a bit long. It's like almost 20 minutes. So there's no Q&A this week. You can still leave your comments. I'll squeeze that in on the next one. But that's it from me, man. Peace. And what the fuck is that banging, man?